Okay, guys, so we're going to talk about the electric cooling fan feature on these GM cars and trucks for all of the generations. This is requested by a viewer, just how to go about using this if you've added some 2005 OEM Silverado electric fans and relays and you've pinned those into your ECM. So we've got a 2000 Silverado that has a clutch fan, and we're going to, under System and Fans, going to select two fans, and then if you're unsure, you can see these are disabled because of the temperatures. What we're going to do is come over here to our compare feature, and we're going to pull up a vehicle that we know had electric fans, like this 2003 Corvette, and you can see that these values are a good bit different in relationship to when the AC comes on, so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is just copy over these differences. So we're going to go over here to the view comparison log, which we talked about in a previous video. We're going to come down here to the system tab. Here we go. And then here's all of our fan stuff. So we'll select this fan folder, right click, copy over selected differences. That disappears. And then you'll notice that our values here have changed. And now these are our temperatures. You can see here that fan 1 comes on first, with the on temperature being about 6 or 7 degrees higher than the off. This is pretty high. I would not want to run around, letting the engine get this hot, certainly not this hot. So I am going to make a slight adjustment here. I'm going to make this on ECT 195 and make the off ECT 190. And then for fan 2, we're going to make the on temperature, let's say 207, and then the off temperature 200. Something like that's going to be pretty appropriate to get you up and running, assuming that your cooling system is in good working order. And then another trick is that if we navigate over here to AC, you have a disable and a re-enable RPM for the AC system. So you could say that around 4,000 RPM is when you're, creating a wide open throttle situation. And so at that RPM, you want to disable the AC system as to not drag the motor down. And you can set the re-enable something like this. This would be a good starting point. A little more to do here on a Gen 3 for these vehicles that don't have them where you're configuring them, but definitely a worthwhile upgrade. If we go over here to a Gen 4, it's much more simple. Really only one table that you have to deal with. We'll pick this 2009 Hummer file. These fans are pulse width modulated. So if we come over here again to the system tab, what we're looking for under fans is this control by percentage desired, percentage by engine coolant temperature. You can see here they give you just one axis of the coolant temperature and then the percentage at which the fan comes on. So you can see it's really not until 230 degrees that these fans really start to ramp in. We want these things to be kicking on probably about this 199 range. You could type in like a 10, and then maybe 203, you could type in like a 50. And then anything 206 and beyond, we're going to type in like a 95. That way, when we get to this 210, I mean, when they come on, they're on. Don't try to put in a value of 100. You can burn the fans out. You can damage them. You'll have to replace them. You just don't have to do that. So 95 would be a good bet. 97 would be okay. But basically, in my experience, anything 210 and above, you want those things, cooking and doing their thing. So that's always going to be a good bet. The AC, still, we can go in here and we can disable this. We can set this like at a 3800, or re-enable at 3600 just to get those out of the way. So yeah, the Gen 4 stuff, pretty simple. Not much to do there. Let's check out a Gen 5. These are pretty similar. Let's go over here to a manual Corvette file, and we're going to be able to do kind of the same thing. I've found that disabling the AC when you're trying to create a wide open throttle situation is a really good idea as well. Come over here, there again under system and fans, we can come to desired percentage. This one looks a little bit different. It's still engine coolant temp on one axis and then desired engine temp over here. We're just going to make them all uniform. So there again, at this 199 range, they're on at 15%. I might make this 203.50, and you could cascade it kind of something like this, or you could set it up. I'd probably say again like at 210. I just want these things, full blast, and you could do a little interpolation, something like that. Or if you even wanted to take it one step further, you could populate it like this. Again, not exceeding 100% duty cycle on the fans, but this would be a really, really good way to go that way. I mean, anything above 200 degrees, basically the fans are at least 50% on, and they're working and doing their job. So that's definitely a good bet. AC also, you can see here, these aren't going to disable, so, and especially if you have like a truck, you're probably not going to be near 7,000 RPM. So you'd want to come in here and set this, full or 4,200, and then set your re-enable 200, RPM below. And that should, make a pretty big difference for you. Definitely a worthwhile thing to come in and do is to update this fan stuff. Even if you just did this, I always recommend this to be one of the things that people need to go in and make a slight modification to. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it and was helpful for you. And if you'd like to see anything else, make sure you comment down below and like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.